Hey everyone, welcome back to my Project 13. Today I'm going to run an AnTuTu benchmark test with all 4 of my devices. Now, they're all fairly new. The 2 newest devices, obviously the Huawei Nexus 6P and the LG Nexus 5X. The Nexus 6 is brand new to me, just picked it up for really cheap. And it's the old boy on the block, but it still kicks some butt and it's still got a lot of power under the hood. The Moto X Pure Edition is just a few months old, and again, all these devices have really nice raw power under the hood. Let's start off with the Nexus 6. Basically, we got a quad-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 805, and on the new Huawei Nexus 6P, we got a Qualcomm Snapdragon 810 octa-core 64-bit processor, and on the Moto X Pure Edition 2015, you got a Qualcomm Snapdragon 808. It is a hexa-core 64-bit processor. And on the LG Nexus 5X, we got a Qualcomm Snapdragon 808 also, hexa-core, as well as 64-bit processor. So with that being said, that is what's running these devices. And they all have really nice raw power. They all have their own personality and character, literally different from each other. The feel, the touch, the body builds, all completely different. Sometimes you sit in the back and you look at all these different smartphones and you think, how can one be so different than the other? But when you have them all in hand and you're using them as daily drivers, they just do. Literally, they all are different. And they're all beautiful and they're great, okay? Some of them lack certain things. Some of them have more than others. And that's just depending on who you are as a user and what you use your device for on a daily basis as a daily driver. Battery lives are different. The displays are different. So everything's going to be different, even though they are smartphones. That's one thing they have in common, is they're smartphones. So far with all these devices, I have not had any issues with messaging and phone calls whatsoever with T-Mobile. I'm very satisfied with all 4 of these devices. Well, forgive me on that one. I have not used the Huawei Nexus 6P with messaging or phone calls yet. I will throw my SIM in there and use it in the house because I do not have a case. I will have a case coming in a couple days, so then I can take that out and about, use it as my daily driver. So the LG Nexus 5X, the Moto X Pure Edition 2015, Nexus 6, if that was something you were concerned as far as messaging and call quality in my area here in Oregon with T-Mobile, I have no issues whatsoever. So let's get this AnTuTu benchmark going, because it's going to be kind of lengthy. If you want, you can forward the video, and I'm going to enable 64-bit. I have to install that because this is my new device. And once that is installed, we can start this test. Okay, here we go. Thanks everybody for checking out all the videos that I posted yesterday. I think I did like 5 of those. And it was my first day of vacation, and I really wanted to seize the moment as far as just putting some fresh stuff out there, communicating with you all, you know, getting some feedback, comments. I've already gotten a lot as far as the cable that I received. Obviously, the new Huawei Nexus 6P. I keep wanting to say P6. That was just an amazing time in my hands to have that device, finally have it here in person and not looking at it on a YouTube video. So I've been very blessed to have all 4 of these devices, and I'm loving the moment. It's fun. It's very fun, and just fun being able to share it with you, the viewer and subscribers. And, you know, I'll say it in every single video, the fact that you take time to watch and check it out, and a lot of you dig what you see. Of course, there's going to come a moment where I have to take a couple of these devices and sell them and make some more money back to buy newer devices, or a device that drops in price considerably, worth picking up. So if you could be a little forgiving of the flash, that's about right there. I'm trying not to hide anything, though. Hopefully you can still see what is going on here with the process. Video I posted yesterday on the USB Type-C cable that I got by AnTuTu off Amazon. I used that to download some data, a couple movies off my PC to the Huawei Nexus 6P, and it was really slow. I think my my computer is starting to age a little bit, so it's not that compatible, obviously, with the new USB Type-C. So it took literally, for two movies that were under a gig each, about 20 minutes to download. Now, the cable that came with the Huawei Nexus 6P, the extra cable that has USB Type-A on one end and then USB Type-C on the other, I used that to transfer data, and it literally did it like within 3 or 4 minutes. So obviously I'm going to be using that cable and will not be using the one I ordered off Amazon. I took that one, put it in my car so I can utilize that with my fast charge car charger. And so at least now I have one out there and one in here in-house, and that is going to be sufficient, and I'll probably order a couple more. As you can see, these tests are getting near the end, and we can see some numbers here pretty soon, and that'll end the AnTuTu benchmark test. They all seem pretty fluid. I don't see any lagging or stutter. If it's something that you see, you can let me know on the when you give me some feedback. Okay, our first one is the Moto X with 51,849. That is the score on that. Wow, it beat the Huawei Nexus 6P at 57,226. On the Nexus 6, 49,431. And on the LG Nexus 5X, 54,347 is the score. I don't know if you can see those scores, but I'm going to turn off the flash, and then I'm going to pick up my device that I'm actually using so you can see the scores. Thanks for taking the time. Let me know what you think about this AnTuTu benchmark test. As always, God bless. Peace. I'm out till the next vid, my Project 13.